Welcome, everybody, to the Multiverse podcast, episode 3. It's hard to believe we're already 3 weeks into this, and we want to say thank you to everybody for all the support you guys have shown. You can catch the podcast, of course, on the YouTube channel where you're probably watching it right now, but all the links are below if you want to go check it on Spotify, iTunes, Android. It is broadcasting out everywhere. And of course, I have with me Wes and Warren. What's up, guys?
What up, dudes? Episode 3 of the Multiverse
Episode
podcast,
3.
dudes. Episode
What's
number
up?
3.
Hopefully we'll look back and it'll be like episode 430.
Right, dude?
That's
Gonna
ultimate
happen.
goal.
Dude, this
Yeah,
week's been
it'll-
insane, man.
It'll be there. Yeah.
I feel it is.
definitely. Oh yeah.
We are also, as of the recording of this video, we're just about 1,000 away from the pinnacle 10,000 subscriber mark, which is pretty exciting too.
It is
Dude,
really
it's insane.
exciting.
Yeah.
When do you feel it gets real? Like with YouTube, Warren, you've done YouTube. You just hit 500,000 subscribers. Congratulations.
Yo,
Thank you.
congrats,
that.
my dude. Let's
When
go.
did it feel real to you?
Honestly,
When
and
did
you
it
might
get
not-
serious?
I don't know. Y'all might not like this answer. I didn't
for it.
feel, and I would tell everybody, I didn't feel like I was a real YouTuber till I hit like 350,000 subscribers.
How come? How come that moment as opposed to 100,000 or 10,000?
I think I read some like statistics somewhere, and it was just kind of like given the number of people of YouTube channels that hit 100,000 subscribers, and then it's just like, if you're consistent and you work hard and your content isn't just trash, like there's a good chance that over time you can hit 100,000 subscribers, right? And in no way is it easy, right? I'm not trying to
Mhm.
say that 100,000 subscribers is nothing, because now I actually look back, I have a different mentality now. And I'm like, you know what? That's actually a really big milestone. I mean, you get an
Yeah, it's
award
huge.
from YouTube for it. It's a huge milestone. But me personally, at first, I didn't really feel like I had made it, because I think it's because, I had always watched these huge channels, right? Like huge channels that have a couple million subscribers. And I'm just kind of like, well, I'm a really long way from there. But you just can't compare yourself. I think even having 50,000, even having 10,000 is like a huge deal. I mean, if you think about how many channels try to do, you get 1,000, right? I mean, I've
How many
started.
fail? How many?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. I started my side channel, just me doing stupid stuff, and it's got 2,000 or something like that, right? And it's just kind of like, it's actually hard, and it's actually quite an accomplishment.
It is.
Just increasing
For
by
sure,
the
yeah.
thousands. What about you,
I
Jimmy?
have a graveyard of failed channels. Ask Wes.
I've worked on a lot of those channels.
Yeah. Most of them you've probably worked on. No, I mean, I think it got real to me when I got partnered, which was probably at 25,000, and I actually saw that, oh my gosh, I can actually maybe do this as a livelihood. Like,
Yeah.
I remember
actually
those
do it,
times, dude.
and yeah, it was crazy. But I would say a lot of it was a blur, but probably see, I started way back. So I started at the end of 2010. So in 2010 to 2013, 100,000s, I mean, that was huge. Those
Yeah.
were big channels.
those are
You didn't
massive.
have at that time any million subscriber channels, or maybe just one or two.
It was like Ray William Johnson, the only
Yeah,
one.
so
And
it was
even then,
Oh
yeah.
gosh, yeah.
It was a big deal. So I
sure.
feel like when I hit 1,000,000, I was like, all right, this is insane. This is
Dude,
crazy.
I remember whenever you hit, I remember whenever you hit 30K and then 50K, and then it was like, damn, my dude is going ham right now. And then
Yeah.
you just kept snowballing and stuff.
So it's
And then,
Call of Duty Easter eggs, man.
Bro,
Everybody's gotta go find Batman.
Dude, I
Speaking of
would watch
Batman,
those,
no.
man.
All right, let's
remember I'd
let's
watch
get on
those.
track. So, yep, that's what we're trying to hit. That's a milestone. I'm hoping next Sunday, we can congrats on that. And really quick, we are kicking off a versus series on the channel very soon, but it's not going to be just Marvel versus Marvel. It's not going to be Hulk versus Thor. It's going to be literally anybody. So you could take Hulk and you could put him up against your favorite DC character. We want you guys in the comment section to give us some crazy matchups. I'll just let you know now, we started off very classical. It is Captain America versus Iron Man, because
Little
it's a really
safe.
good matchup.
Yeah,
little
little
safe.
safe, little
But
safe,
we
you know.
we want you guys to ramp it up and give us some crazy suggestions for future episodes. All right,
I,
we got all that out.
I want like Mewtwo versus the Hulk or something like that.
There you go.
That would be
There you
great,
go.
dude.
Then we have to break it down and figure out who would actually win. All right, let's talk.
Multiverses, episode 1, Saturday. You guys are probably already watching this, on Sunday, so the video's already out. So be sure to let us know for next week so we can really come out swinging for the next episode.
Absolutely. All right, let's get right into it. Let's just go with it dominates headlines. It does. There's nothing you can do about it. Let's just talk about it.
Y'all know what it
Spider-Man
is.
and Venom.
Mhm.
Rumors coming back to the MCU as a pair also opens the door to what can Disney do with their rated R character in the form of Deadpool. Well, Warren, I'll let you start.
Yeah, crazy, just I mean, and it's funny because it's just like I had stopped doing Spider-Man videos for a bit because everybody's I think gotten a little it's like, okay, no one really knows what happened. But it's crazy because last week on the podcast we said, well, Sony really said the door was closed. And then this week it's like, well, hold on. Sony actually offered Marvel their 30%, which is, according to reports, what Marvel originally wanted. But then they said, but you have to take Venom and put him in the MCU as well. Now, that's great. And it's funny because I think everybody would like that. I think I did a poll yesterday, and I think like 90% of the people, maybe even more, said that, yeah, we want Venom in the MCU because Venom's awesome. But, we read the reports that happened like a week or so ago that Tom Holland shot a cameo in Venom, and Disney and Marvel were like, no, because we don't want people thinking Venom's in the MCU. But right now, that's apparently, according to the reports, that's how it stands. Sony has offered 30% to Marvel and Disney, but Venom has to come with Spider-Man.
They double dip
Which
and they
I'm all
won all
for.
that money.
I'm all for it.
Well,
Same,
I
yeah.
made a good analogy in the video. I did the video that we put up on Multiverse. And do you want? Here's what Sony's thinking. Okay, do you want an entire chocolate cake? Right? It's worth a lot. Or do you want a piece of a chocolate cake that's worth 10 to 50 times more than that?
Right,
That
exactly.
would make you exponentially more money. Of course, that's that. If this is true, that's their driving factor to say, hey, yeah, we'll loan you back Spider-Man, but you're also going to make us a buttload of cash
Right.
because we're going to give you Venom and you're going to utilize that and make us as much money as possible. So, I mean, it's a no-brainer to me, but then it also opens up the door with a problem they seem to be having with Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. Tom Holland, Tom Hardy, and freaking Ryan Reynolds?
That'd be crazy.
Stellar
it would-
cast right there.
It would go huge.
Just saying that, it's like, okay, give me a ticket. I don't care what the movie is. It doesn't even have to
matter.
be a Spider-Man movie.
It could be a rom-com.
Not matter
Just
at
give it to
all. I mean, I
Yeah.
could see something like that. And I know Infinity War and Endgame were built up over a decade. And that's why they both just shattered everything. And Endgame was the culmination of the goodbye of a lot of the people, which is why it's the number one all-time movie ever.
Mhm.
But I could see this one going off
Oh, for sure,
just
no
for
doubt.
that
Yeah.
trio.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
for that trio.
No doubt.
Well, and it's only going to get, like the movies, they're only going to get bigger,
Yeah.
right? And
Keep
as far as,
crowded.
well, right. And that's what I was talking about. As far as viewership, because I read something by James Cameron the other day, because he was like, I'm glad Avengers Endgame passed Avatar, because that gives me hope. Because now he's thinking, I got like 4 more avatars coming, so they're all gonna pass everything else that's been done, right? Because more
Right.
people are seeing the movies, and people would just flock to see that movie,
For
right?
sure, yeah. Yeah.
Deadpool, Venom, and Spider-Man. Oh, they would just flock to it.
Yeah, that would
Yeah, so-
insta $1 billion. Instant.
Oh yeah.
Without
Isn't
question.
that crazy to say? Insta-billion.
Yeah, it's just
No
instant.
deal. No big deal.
It's,
It's
a,
just
fail-
the movie,
it's
dude.
a failure
For
if it doesn't do at least $1 billion.
Make that
All
thing
right,
rated
well,
M, rated R, TVMA, make it whatever it's gotta be. Just give us Deadpool, Tom Hardy, and yeah, he's not Venom, by the way. He's Tom Hardy, okay? And Tom Holland. Like, just give us a movie like that, and it's an insta $1 billion, easy.
It is.
It's the
It
bill.
really, really is. All right. There's a running joke if you watch the podcast that you don't want to get Picarded. Week 1, I put up a Star Trek video talking about Picard and everything. and it got squished in between other more popular videos on the multiverse, and it failed. Well, Wes got Picarded last night.
Big time Picard. But in my
Puts up a
defense,
great video. Great video.
perfect
a leak.
video.
I mean, yeah, the Witcher Netflix
Witcher.
series, the leak of the release date. It's huge. It's going to be huge, but unfortunately, you got Picarded.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So I mean,
looking
going
at it
into the
right
big
now.
topic, like Witcher 3, not Witcher 3, the Witcher Netflix series. I'm sorry, I'm a huge fan of the Witcher 3. If you guys know me, I talk about Witcher 3 as many opportunities as possible. But the Witcher Netflix series, Lauren Hisrich is writing this. She wrote Daredevil. This is going to be a big one. If you guys are sleeping on this TV show on Netflix, I promise you're going to be let down. Because like if you don't watch it, it's going to be incredible. It's like you'll be so let down if you do not see this show whenever it releases December 17th. I promise it's going to be amazing.
Confirmed by Wes.
And Netflix actually posted it. So like there was a bunch of other ones that they actually unintentionally posted it on Facebook and then they deleted it. And it's like, we kind of already knew it was going to be Q4, so maybe give us another trailer.
Listen to Wes, people, because I'm going to say something that I probably shouldn't say out loud, but I know what he's talking about. I have never seen a single episode of Game of Thrones.
Oh dear God!
So listen to him.
Guys,
jump on board in the beginning.
Warren on the podcast.
Yep, that's gonna be all for him.
Having you on here.
There it is.
We'll see you in another multiverse, bro.
Yeah. Well, hopefully,
see you later,
okay,
man.
In a different universe where I've watched Game of Thrones, right?
God,
yeah. Hopefully, this series is better than how Game of Thrones ended. I think that Lauren has got a lot of source material for this series.
Look, hold on. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. It's so easy to hate on the ending of Game of Thrones, but let's be honest here. When you have something that iconic that's run for that many years, it's a can you top this has begun. There would have not been an ending that would have sufficed everybody.
Oh, for sure.
Care.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. You build up something that big. It's the same issue that Marvel's going to have. I mean, how do you follow Endgame? That's not.
Yeah.
I know Marvel. I know.
How do they follow
the
Infinity War though?
Well, that was already set up with Endgame, but
yeah.
now you're losing Iron Man. You're losing Captain America. You lost others. You lost Black Widow. You lost Vision. You lost a lot of those iconic characters that have been there since the beginning, and now you have to figure out how to build that hype back up. Same with Game of Thrones. The hype was at an all-time high. You're not going to make the world happy. I don't care how you do it. And you have to condense that down to 7 episodes? Come on. Yeah. It wasn't that bad. You shed a tear. It was spoiler alert when never mind. I won't.
Who did what to who.
Yeah, did what to who. Anyway.
Well, I to be fair, I know every single thing that has happened.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Yeah. I mean, how could you not? If you go to Twitter one time during the entire series, then you pretty much know everything that's happened. Now, in the defense of Dan and David, this is a book series that's not finished, so they gave George R.R. Martin ample time to finish his last book, but he still has not, or he's got 2 coming up, so they gave him ample time to finish the books, and obviously, we still don't even have Winds of Winter yet, so the only way that they could have ended it. Yeah, but now here is where they do deserve the criticism. They had the opportunity to extend the series out, but they said nope and left. They said no and left. So
no, leave it alone. Unless you're going to,
dude, we could have gotten like 2 more seasons
on the boat. Unless you're going to go west on the boat with Arya, that's it.
True. No. What I'm saying is like they could have, like 2 seasons ago they were given an opportunity to extend it out for another 2 or 3
episodes.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they could have done that, but they didn't.
But once again, you can't make the mob happy. If you do that, then it's going to start, then people are going to start saying it's The Walking Dead. How long are they going to do this?
For
you
sure.
don't want to go 12 years, so on and so forth. I'm telling you, just you do what you're going to do and just be committed to it. And that's what they did. I was okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, this is Martin's ending. This is what George R.R. Martin intended for the ending. And I mean, everything points to where it's at. I think at the end of the day, we just have to get over it. We could just wait for George R.R. Martin to finish his book series. Yeah, I have to get over it. But I mean, I was personally satisfied with the end of Game of Thrones. I thought that it was pretty good.
I thought it was good.
I know
man.
we're kind of like we're talking about stuff that has already happened, but I mean, we're really Jimmy and I are really passionate about Game of Thrones. First of all, so we gotta.
Speaking of stuff that's already happened, I'll tell you something that pisses me off. I saw this week, and I think we actually posted it on Twitter. Go follow Multiverse on Twitter, guys. The fact that Orlando Bloom made $175,000 total to be in all 3 of the original Lord of the Rings. Are you kidding me? Did you
Wait,
guys know
what?
that?
No, I didn't. This is news to me.
That's that what? Say it-
Orlando Bloom made $175,000 total for his roles in Fellowship of the Ring,
How
Twin
was that
Towers,
even
and
possible?
Return of the King. And he stated that he would do it again for half of that because it was memories and it launched his career and he did all kinds of cool stuff after that. But are you kidding me?
Holy
Robert Downey
man.
Jr. just cleared $75 million for Endgame, and I'm not comparing the two, but I'll tell you right now. I mean, Legolas or Legolas, however you want to say it, was most popular. I mean, he was my favorite character in the
It was one of the
entire
best, yeah, for sure.
He was awesome.
I mean,
He was
Oh
absolutely
yeah, I
awesome.
loved him.
he did make some money up.
175,000.
He made some money up
Absolutely.
for the Hobbit series, so he was in quite a
He
bit of
did,
those.
and he was
so,
also
yeah.
Pirates
You
of
know.
the Caribbean.
yeah, he's made his millions, so.
But come on, are you kidding me?
I mean, dude, I would take $100K to work with Peter Jackson in a heartbeat.
I know Instagram influencers that get $175,000 for one static post. Are you kidding me? This dude was in Middle Earth freaking fighting the orcs. And anyway. Okay. All right. We're getting off topic.
That is crazy.
Let's bring it back here. I don't know if we talked about it because it looks like it went up right before last week's podcast, but I think we had already recorded. Real quick, let's touch on young Thanos in the Eternals movie. We did that video. Warren, you did that video.
Yep.
Very interesting theory. Probably one that is going to come true. What are your thoughts?
I would say it's probably definitely going to come true because, well, for one, I think Star Fox Eros is going to be a key person in the Eternals, even though they haven't announced him yet. But that's Thanos' brother. And same with his parents. I never know how to say her name. It's Sui-San. So I think it's Suisan or Suisan. Yeah. So Suisan and Alars, his parents, they're going to be in it, right? So it's like you're going to have everyone in Thanos' family be in it, but you're not going to have Thanos in it.
Yeah, there's
He's
no,
gotta be in
at
it,
least in
right?
flashbacks, right?
Oh, right. So depending
Or-
on, what time it takes place, because, Titan was destroyed in the past. But I mean, that's obviously a major story. And if this movie's going to introduce the Eternals and bring them into the current timeline of the MCU, then at some point you have to talk about the destruction of their home world, right?
I agree.
And
wasn't
the crazy
wasn't
one of
Thanos-
them.
Wasn't one of his parents a deviant or no?
No, so both of his parents are Eternals, but he got the deviant gene.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. He's too big of a character to not
Yeah.
bring back somehow in flashbacks.
No, yeah,
And
absolutely.
the Eternals is something brand new, and a lot of people don't know anything about them. Warren's working on a video for Multiverse to explain all of them, powers, origins, everything about the Eternals, but a lot of people don't know because a lot of people don't read the actual comics, and to have something where you can relate to in the form of Thanos, I think that'd be a huge pull. It wouldn't
that's
be
a good
all
point.
unfamiliar. Is what
That's a
I'm
really good point.
Yeah,
Wes, what do you think?
Yeah, so in terms of that, this is something that is very shocking, but I have zero knowledge with the Eternals. Zero knowledge. So
I don't have much either.
I'm excited to see Warren's video on both his channel and on Multiverse. I'm also really excited to see what it's going to be about. I mean, the cast is star-studded, so it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, what are their powers? Like, obviously, they're up there. They're stronger than anybody. I'm assuming they're stronger than Marvel, right?
Ooh, like Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're immortal, right? I mean,
Well, yeah, they're
and
immortal.
Just a little bit, just a little immortal.
So-
By the way.
so the first thing to realize about them is they actually are cosmic beings, right? So they're because the
Oh, okay.
Celestials made them,
Mhm.
right? So gods made them and it gave them powers, and
But the Celestials died. So how does that work?
Celestials
if-
didn't die.
Yeah, like
I mean, some of them have, right?
yeah,
I mean,
some of them have like the one is he's a planet now. His head's the planet.
Right.
nowhere or whatever. So how do you have a Celestial make an Eternal and the Eternals are immortal, but the Celestial can die? Come on.
Well, they can be killed, right? But they won't be killed by like old age.
Okay. So they're
You know what I'm
not
saying?
technically immortal
Right. Yeah. So it's kind of
because
like a
if they get
vampire.
killed, that's no fun. They're
Right. Exactly. It's kind of like a vampire. Like he's immortal
okay.
until you rip his head off and burn him. Right.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Right. So I mean, they all have super strength. Some of them can fly. They have telepathy. Some of them can do like energy manipulation, make force fields and stuff like that. You know, some I think Icarus has like really attuned senses, so like almost a cosmic awareness. And Cersei can basically control like atoms as well. Like they each have like specific powers. Like they
Right.
each have like superhuman strength and stuff like that. But then each of them have like kind of specific powers as well. Makari, I believe, can run like insanely fast. Is basically like the Flash and stuff like that. So they're really cool because they're all basically indestructible as well because they have they're basically Superman, but then they have like specific powers on top of that.
Okay. All right.
Sweet,
I'm
yeah.
I'm actually kind of excited that I don't know a lot.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
here,
it's actually
honestly.
really
Yeah.
cool. Well, and that's how it was with the Guardians when they came in. I was so excited. Like I have a cat, like a brown cat, looks like a raccoon, named Rocket.
Yeah.
So when Guardians was announced, I was like, heck yeah. But
Yeah.
nobody knew who the Guardians were. But after the movie came out, everyone's like, I love the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm hoping that's the
More
same
of
with the
that.
Eternals.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right.
Yeah.
You had a leak that we told you not to tell us. We actually put on the button.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. So Mikey Sutton, if you guys have watched my channel, The Cosmic Wonder, you've heard his name a few times. He has dropped some major leaks in the past where he's been insanely accurate. Back in, I think, 2015 time, he is the one that originally came out and said that Spider-Man is going to be in the MCU, and everybody's like, no possible way. And then he's like, he is, and he's going to be coming in Civil War. And then that happened. He got a ton of credibility. He's been leaking stuff lately. Recently, he has said, and this lines up with every other thing that I've heard about this. Recently, he has said that there's not going to be a single big bad of the MCU. We're going to have two major big bads of the MCU. And those two are Doctor Doom and Galactus, which makes
Really?
sense. Yeah.
Okay.
And it makes sense if you think about it, because everything that we've heard about the villains coming up says that there's going to be, excuse me, there's going to be a grounded fight happening throughout the MCU over the next few years and a cosmic fight happening over the next few years. So this lines up with it because Doctor Doom would be the grounded fight, right?
Yep.
And Galactus would obviously be the cosmic fight. And so, yeah, I mean, that's what's going to happen. They're going to be built up over time, just like Thanos was. But basically, it's how do you outdo Thanos?
Galactus.
Galactus is a good way to do
Galactus
that.
and Doctor Doom.
Yeah,
right?
Doctor
It's
Doom is
like-
also a badass. Like that dude doesn't mess around.
Yeah, and he made a big deal because I guess Mikey Sutton did, that is, when he talked about this leak. Oh, I think there's a lot of talk out there that Doom would be getting his own Disney Plus series, and he shut that down fast because he was like, no. He's like, having Doctor Doom get his own Disney Plus series is like having YouTube play at the Hard Rock Casino or something like that.
Right.
Hard Rock
No, he's
Cafe.
going to be on the big screen.
Right, exactly. You don't just throw Doom into the MCU, especially when Marvel and Disney just got him back, right? Fans have been wanting him for years and years and years to be done right, that is. And then it's like, oh, now they can. They're not just going to throw him in there, right? They're going to take their time. That's why we haven't seen, the new characters in Phase 4, Phase 5 yet. Now we're expecting to see some in Phase 5. But
Man,
the
everybody's going to
X-Men-
be watching the end credits, post credits of Black Widow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, I mean, man, going all the way back, teasing Thanos like 10 years ago. All right, cool.
Well, hey, side note, a lot of people are saying that Deadpool is probably the perfect opportunity, or Black Widow is a perfect opportunity to throw Deadpool in there because he's an assassin. He's a mercenary. And that's really what the movie's about.
That's true.
Yeah, for sure.
That is true.
Now we
will
did get
see.
okay to kind of change focus. We did get some information regarding it's on the topic of Game of Thrones. We got some information regarding the prequel of the new Game of Thrones series. It's going to be based on it's focuses on the Targaryens, Fire and Blood. It's going to take place 300 years before the show during Aegon's conquest and it's being written by George R.R. Martin and Ryan Condal.
I'm down for that because we're familiar with that. We've gotten references to that all throughout this one. It's not like we're just going in.
The source material's there too. We got all the source material.
Well, we'll be good. We'll get our Game of Thrones fix for another 8 years.
Yeah.
We'll be solid. I'll
be involved with this one too.
Yeah. No, you're not allowed to watch this one until you go.
I have to. See, I'm the smart one. I've been waiting for the prequels, then to go watch.
That's like a buddy of mine. That's like a buddy of mine. T. Martin never watched the Star Wars video at all, and then he went and watched. I think when Last Jedi came out or whatever, he went and binge watched all of them. Oh yeah, he's caught up. No, that's not how it works.
He did the same with Game of Thrones too. He started like a week or two before, and he's like, "I got all Game of Thrones done. I'm ready for it."
That's not. Or who was it? Pokimane, the streamer.
Yeah,
she went and watched all the recaps of each episode to get caught up. To watch
Cliff Notes. Oh my god!
Are you kidding me? I mean, come on. Anyway, okay.
Fake fans.
We've got one more big topic we're going to talk about. It's going to be probably around a 35 minute podcast. That seems like the sweet spot. And we got a little bit of hate that we didn't have any Star Wars knowledge in episode 1. And I really, for the life of me, can't figure it out because we were all dropping knowledge. We're all very versed with a lot of it. Some of us more than others. When it comes to like the animated series, Wes is very versed with that. But when it comes to the movies, I feel like we're all in a decent spot where we can talk about it. You know,
100%, dude. I've seen them like a million times.
Yeah, me too. We've been covering. I'm looking at our videos for the last week, and we've been covering Star Wars as much as we have Marvel. And we had a video go up about Yoda coming back and why it would make sense for him to be in Rise of Skywalker, but also the fact that he's probably going to be getting his origin story Disney Plus series. We also had a plot leak from Warren talking about Darth Vader connecting his lightsaber, who the Knights of Ren are supposedly looking for, and the fact we have a video going up today with me going into even more detail on why Darth Vader will be in Rise of Skywalker, because you can't close the chapter on this entire Skywalker saga without saying farewell to every major person. And I mean, I'll be the first to say it. I think Vader was just as important or more important than everybody else. Luke, Hans, all of them.
100%.
I think
he was the chosen one.
If Vader wasn't in this, this doesn't happen. The entire saga doesn't happen. So you can't have Rise of Skywalker without paying homage and tribute to Vader. Now, is it going to be in a flashback or is it going to be something more crazy? I don't know.
Force Ghost.
Yeah, he's a Force Ghost because
Force Ghost everybody.
Yeah, he's 100% a Force Ghost, but it's going to be young Anakin, right?
He's going to come back as Anakin, though.
Yeah.
As a Force Ghost, he's actually going to. Well, I mean, there's some crazy theories out there. I mean, there's the theory that did we do this video yet? Maybe I did it. Maybe I didn't.
You guys gonna hear it first here?
Oh,
it's first here. Yeah.
I don't know if it's included in this Darth Vader will rise, but I'm gonna say it. The rumor that Rey is Emperor Palpatine's granddaughter.
Oh God.
And the culmination of that will be Anakin coming back as a Force ghost to try to stop him from turning her. And she's not a Skywalker in the sense of that's her name. The ending of the movie, this is spoiler alert. I mean, obviously we don't know if this is true or not, but this leak says that the end of the movie will be her obviously thwarting the Emperor, Anakin making right and getting justice, and then her taking the Skywalker mantle, and that is replacing the Jedis. So you don't have the Jedi Order anymore. You don't have Jedi Masters, Jedi, anything. It becomes the Skywalker Order, and you have the Skywalkers, and you have the Master Skywalkers. In that sense, what do you guys think of that?
I don't think that's going to be the case. I mean, it could be obviously, but I think they're going to go along the lines of, I mean, just ending the Jedi Order in general, and just having a neutral, neutral people, like not Jedi, but like just neutral people with the Force, like like a gray Jedi or whatever they call it.
Well, it's boring, but that would also
like freaking gray Gandalf. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, that is boring, but it could set up the next trilogy. I don't know if they're trying to. I wouldn't be focused on that if I was working on the last one, but
no, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I don't know. I think it's boring.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's a no-brainer though. You're gonna see Yoda somehow. You're gonna
Right.
see
Somehow.
Vader
Yeah.
somehow. You're gonna see, I mean, Vader or Anakin or whatever. Hell, we may see Obi-Wan. Who knows?
Darth
You know?
Jar
Right.
Jar, baby,
Yeah.
he's back. Let's go.
Jar Jar
Jar
is
Jar.
coming
Darth
back
Jar Jar.
as a Force ghost. Do you ever see those
He's the
videos
best.
Oh, dude, I love those videos.
where they did the theories on he was a Sith?
Yep.
Yeah,
They
oh,
broke
yeah.
down
Oh
everything.
yeah. Oh yeah.
It all makes sense.
It makes
really
sense. That's
did,
the
man.
crazy thing. Yeah, it made like the
I
way he
caught
jumped
myself
into the
watching
lake and
those,
everything.
and I was like, I was drinking the Kool-Aid. I was like, oh my God.
It's
I
happening.
know you want it to be true, right?
Yeah,
Because you're like, it's like Wes said, you're sitting there like, this makes perfect sense. Like the way he's able to be so nimble and move around, and the
I
way he did all those
know.
flips jumping into the lake and everything.
It got me.
Why
So
else would
Yeah.
he be in there? You know?
Knights of Ren is obviously going to play a bigger part in this movie. We've already got some of the pictures of them and stuff. What was the deal with them searching for Vader's lightsaber that he lost when he got jolted by the Emperor?
So yeah. So one thing that people have been wondering, so that's when he lost his lightsaber. And the Knights of Ren were mentioned in the first one, and it's like, where are they at now? Right? A lot of people were like, well, where'd they go? So according to a plot leak that I got, and this plot leak comes from, obviously I'm not going to name a name, but a guy that I have that does surveys for Disney for the movies. He makes surveys and he sends them out to like people and companies and says, rate this from 1 to 10. So he gets, good synopsis for movies, and he sends them to me a lot about, Marvel stuff, but it's Disney. So he sends it to me too. And in the plot leak, it says that Kylo charged the Knights of Ren to go find Darth Vader's lightsaber. And well, I'm sorry, in the plot leak, it says he charged them to go find a piece of Darth Vader's armor. Right. But if you think about it, what would they really need from Darth Vader as far as, armor wise? And I'm going to consider a lightsaber armor because it is. Because, they don't need like his chest piece or anything or his cape. He already has his helmet. I mean, what would Kylo really want from Darth Vader? Right. It's got to be the lightsaber. And what I was talking about is there's a point in it where it says, Palpatine will come and possess the body of a dark side acolyte.
Right.
Now, the acolytes of the Beyond are like a group of dark side fanatics who were during the Galactic Civil War. And at one point in time, they bought a red lightsaber, which they believed to be Darth Vader. So I'm thinking they might be combining the Knights of Ren with the acolytes of the Beyond, saying they're the same people, right? In the movie, that is. And that's what happened. They went and found Darth Vader's lightsaber, and now they're bringing it back to Kylo.
Okay.
That's
I
strong
mean,
possibility,
that makes
dude.
sense to me. I just want a big presence from the Knights of Ren. I feel like they dropped the ball not
Oh, they
having
did.
Oh, big time, yeah.
Yeah.
in the last one. All right. Well, I think that is it. I say we keep it between 30 and 40 minutes. I think that's prime. We covered everything we talked about. We even got into some Game of Thrones and old school Lord of the Rings, which is good. Yeah.
I
Some
dropped the most
shenanigans.
knowledge in Game of Thrones. I just want to put that
Yeah,
out there.
yeah, there you go.
right.
Well, we get hounded on for not having Star Wars knowledge. Let's see what they do to you now that the cat's out of the bag and you haven't watched an episode.
Roast him.
I'm gonna have to come back, and I'm gonna have to watch every single episode in a week and come back and be like,
You
I
can come
lied, I
back
was
and be the most
kidding, I
versed
know everything.
Game of Thrones expert there is. All right, guys, in the comment section, that's how you communicate with us. Obviously, let us know on that Versus series some crazy matchups you guys would like to see. We should have episode 1 up on Saturday, so that should go up before this podcast goes up. We'll put a link in the description to that, and hopefully we come back to you guys for episode 4, 10,000 subs strong.
Heck yeah,
That's it.
dudes. I think the biggest part is, we get the Versus series going. That's going to be great. Definitely let us know. This has been 3 episodes. And yeah, dudes, I'm really excited. Like, there wasn't much news this week, but I can't wait to see what next week offers. But yeah, dudes.
And hey, tell your friends. I know that sounds weird, but if you enjoy what we're doing, you enjoy our videos, hey, tell some friends that you think might enjoy them as well. We super appreciate that. Really.
Absolutely. We're trying to build this as a community and a culture. So, I mean, we've got some big ideas and things we want to do on the roadmap as we grow and get bigger. So,
Yeah. And also, if you guys are watching this on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, do us a favor and leave us a review. That is so huge whenever it comes to podcasts. Definitely leave us a 5-star review if you're enjoying all of these episodes. And as always, guys, this has been Wes.
We'll see you in the multiverse. Goodbye.
Bye.
Peace.
If you're a fan of pop culture, don't forget to check out Multiverse. The link is in the description. We cover everything from Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Game of Thrones, Westworld, Harry Potter, and everything else that's in the geek culture. If you guys are interested in that, click the link in the description and hit the subscribe button.